Number 10. 1960 to 1967 Renault Dauphine. The Renault Dauphine was a massive success in Europe, selling over 2 million units, but when it arrived in the United States, it became a cautionary tale. This rear-engined French compact featured an 845cc inline-4 producing just 32 horsepower. Road and Track recorded a 0 to 60 time of 32 seconds, slower than most farm tractors of the era. The Dauphine measured 155 inches long with an 89-inch wheelbase and weighed approximately 1,400 pounds. Performance wasn't its only problem. The Dauphine suffered from catastrophic rust issues in the American climate. Poor quality steel meant these cars could rust through in just a few years. Drivers complained about build quality, reliability issues, and a carburetor prone to icing. When new, it cost between $1,650 and $1,700. Despite European success, the Dauphine earned spots on Time magazine's 50 Worst Cars of All Time. Number 9. 1960 Ford Falcon. The Ford Falcon sold over 435,000 units in its first year, but success in showrooms didn't mean success on the road. This compact measured 181 inches long with a 109.5-inch wheelbase and weighed approximately 2,380 pounds. Under the hood sat a 144 cubic inch inline-6, producing just 90 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque. Motor Life recorded a 0 to 60 time of 17.3 seconds. Ford's obsession with fuel economy created real-world drivability problems. They specified a 3.10 rear axle ratio that made passing from 50 miles per hour nearly impossible. The gap between second and third gear was so wide that the car felt out of breath in second and had no torque in third. The steering required 4.6 turns lock-to-lock, making it slow and ponderous. Interior materials were cheap even by 1960s economy car standards. Number 8. 1960 Plymouth Fury. The 1960 Plymouth Fury represented a stark departure from previous generations. Chrysler's designers prioritized radical styling over practical considerations, creating a vehicle that frustrated owners daily. The Fury featured dramatic overhangs that extended around the entire vehicle, compromising visibility and making parking a challenge. The severely sloped roofline drastically reduced rear seat headroom, making the back uncomfortable for adult passengers. The Fury measured over 213 inches long with a 122-inch wheelbase and weighed approximately 3,700 pounds. Engine options ranged from a 225 cubic inch inline-6 to various V8 options. While mechanical components were generally reliable, the impractical body design meant form had completely overtaken function. This was the era when Chrysler's forward-look styling reached its most extreme. Rust was also significant, particularly in rocker panels and around the rear window. Number 7. 1961 Plymouth Fury. The 1961 Plymouth Fury continued Chrysler's styling missteps with what many consider an even worse design than 1960. The company dropped all vertical styling cues in favor of a completely flat look with revised headlight eyebrows, creating a car that looked both dated and futuristic in all the wrong ways. The bustle-back trunk design was particularly controversial, and the overall proportions looked oddly dumpy and awkward. Under the hood, Plymouth offered engines ranging from the 225 cubic inch slant 6 to the powerful 413 cubic inch V8. But even good engines couldn't save a car with styling that alienated buyers. Build quality was typical of the era, meaning rust was significant, particularly in rocker panels and around the rear window. The 1961 Fury contributed to Plymouth's slide from third place in industry sales to fourth, being overtaken by Rambler. Number 6. 1962 Dodge Dart. The 1962 Dodge Dart had serious problems that frustrated buyers, despite its modern styling. Dodge positioned the Dart as a compact alternative to full-sized cars, measuring approximately 202 inches long with a 116-inch wheelbase. The base 225 cubic inch slant 6 produced around 145 horsepower, with various V8 options available. The slant 6, while eventually legendary, had significant early implementation issues with sluggish acceleration and poor throttle response. Reliability problems plagued early Darts. The engine suffered from oil leaks, cooling system issues, and carburetor problems. Transmissions shifted harshly and required frequent adjustments. Electrical problems were common, with wiring harnesses that deteriorated quickly. Build quality was inconsistent, with varying panel gaps, rattling trim pieces, and doors that didn't align properly. Rust appeared quickly in lower body panels and around wheel wells. Number 5. 1960 Edsel. The 1960 Edsel wasn't just bad, it was historically catastrophic. Ford discontinued the entire brand after producing only 2,846 units, making it the only automobile never actually produced during its designated model year. By 1960, the Edsel had been stripped of its controversial horse-collar grille and looked strikingly similar to Ford models, eliminating any reason to buy one. Ford lost over $250 million on the Edsel program, equivalent to over $2.6 billion today. Quality control was a nightmare. Edsels arrived at dealerships with shoddy build quality, requiring dealers to spend time and money making them presentable. The cars featured a subpar 2-speed Milo-matic transmission that received numerous complaints about running too far in first gear, slow, mushy shifts, and jerky stops. Production ended November 19, 1959, just 5 weeks after cars went on sale. The Edsel became synonymous with corporate failure. Number 4. 1964 to 1967 Vauxhall Victor FC. The Vauxhall Victor FC, marketed as the Victor 101 for its claimed 101 improvements, became infamous for one of the decade's worst rust problems. This British family car measured approximately 172 inches long with a 100-inch wheelbase. The base 1.6-liter inline-4 produced 66 horsepower, with optional 4-speed manual or 2-speed Power Glide automatic transmissions. The Victor FC introduced curved side window glass and innovative styling elements, representing progress on paper. Reality was catastrophic. The Victor FC suffered rust problems so severe that it earned Vauxhall a lasting reputation for corrosion. Inner and outer front wings rusted away with alarming speed. Door seals leaked, allowing water to accelerate body rot. Sills and rear wheel arches dissolved into rust within just a few years. Number 3. 1960 to 1963 Lincoln Continental. The 1960 Lincoln Continental represented a clean sheet redesign with elegant styling, but carried over a deeply flawed air suspension system from the late 1950s. This air spring system, designed to provide a cloud-like ride, instead delivered constant failure and expensive repairs. Airbags leaked regularly, causing the car to sag at corners overnight. The compressor frequently burned out, leaving the Continental sitting on its bump stops. Many owners eventually converted to conventional coil springs just to keep cars drivable. Beyond air suspension, these Continentals suffered serious body quality issues. The unit body construction proved poorly executed, with weak spot welds allowing excessive structure flex, causing doors to misalign and wind noise. Rust attacked floor pans, rocker panels, and rear quarter panels with shocking speed for such an expensive car. The 832 cubic inch V8 developed bottom-end problems, and the automatic transmission shifted poorly when cold. Number 2. 1968 to 1969 Jaguar XJ6 Series 1. The Jaguar XJ6 launched in 1968, combining beautiful styling with sophisticated independent rear suspension and a smooth inline-six engine. However, early Series 1 cars suffered from atrocious British Leyland build quality that destroyed Jaguar's reputation in the American market. The electrical system was a disaster, with Lucas components failing constantly and causing everything from dead batteries to complete electrical fires. The fuel injection system proved temperamental and required constant adjustment by specialists. The XJ6's structural and mechanical problems matched its electrical nightmares. Cars rusted at an alarming rate, with corrosion appearing within the first year around windshields, door bottoms, and suspension mounting points. Rear suspension bushings deteriorated rapidly, causing vague handling and accelerated tire wear. Air conditioning systems failed regularly, and interior trim pieces fell off or rattled loose with disturbing frequency. Number 1. 1960-1963 Chevrolet Corvair. For the number 1 spot, we have the Chevrolet Corvair, GM's ambitious attempt to create an American rear-engine economy car. The Corvair measured approximately 180 inches long with a 108-inch wheelbase. Under the rear deck sat an air-cooled 140 cubic inch flat six, producing 80 horsepower in base form. The engineering was innovative: independent suspension at all 4 corners, aluminum air-cooled engine, low center of gravity. On paper, it should have been a winner. But cost-cutting created serious problems. The first-generation Corvair featured swing-axle rear suspension with 60 to 63% weight over rear wheels. This extreme rearward weight bias made the car prone to severe oversteer.